Hello and welcome to another week of Draw Something. My name is Andy, and I'm going to be here for the next couple hours doing some drawings. This week's theme is going to be musical instruments. So, like what's on the screen there, trumpet, accordion, guitar, xylophone, any musical instrument is on the table. So, and they can also, it doesn't just have to be a person playing a musical instrument, it can also be, a musical instrument with eyes and a face. That's what most of the drawings I'm going to be doing myself are going to be drawings with, or instruments with faces. So let me go ahead and get started here. This is drawing by request, so I'm open to any suggestions you may have. If you have a suggestion for a drawing featuring a funny drawing featuring musical instruments, just let me know in the chat and I'll add it to my list. Alright, so I'm going to start things off here with a drawing featuring a guitar. He's a working guitar. He's had a long day at the business firm. Oh, Tracer Fett, great to see you here, and I will totally add that to my list. And this drawing might take a while, so I'll actually go ahead and move your request up to the top of the list and just do that first. Alright, so I'll go ahead and set this aside for later. How's it going tonight, Tracer Fett? And I'm really struggling to get a single sheet of paper out. Hey, Brad Lauren Ipsum, thanks so much for the raid and welcome raiders. Please refresh to make sure that the raid, the view count knows you're here. Alright, thanks so much, Brad. So Brad Lauren Ipsum, let me give him a shout out here. He does Drinking Bird stream. He has like a whole bunch of drinking birds on the screen. They're just, it's like, I love those things. So he has a whole bunch of them, and he has a stream of them with some awesome background music. So yeah, definitely go give him a follow. Oh, and Brad even has a raid call. That's something that even... This is my 57th episode of Draw Something, and I still don't have a raid message. Way to go, Brad. Alright, so what I'm working on here is a request that just came in from Tracer Fed in the chat. His oldest wanted a silly face guitar with silly face music notes, so let's see what I can do with that. And it's weird. I'm trying to get the guitar shape right, and it always looks a bit off. Like, I end up drawing it, it looks more like an avocado or a pear than it does a guitar, but I guess maybe if I add the neck, that'll fix the problem. But since this is a silly guitar, I'm going to actually make the neck curvy, because, it's got to be silly. Having just a straight neck isn't silly enough. H.R. Johnson, great to see you here. Just sketching it out here. H.R. Johnson, I'm glad you were able to come too. Thanks so much for stopping in. View only mode, thanks so much for the hydrate. Add some buck teeth in there, that's definitely gonna make him look silly. Tracer Pad pulling out the Corgiana Jones emote. I was contemplating doing a Return to the Dog theme tonight, but I think maybe that'll be next week. Alright, looks like I got the basic guitar down. And he also wanted music notes with crazy faces, or silly faces, so let me definitely add those too. Yes, I'm giving a big old toothy grin. This one also has his tongue sticking out, but it's coming out between his teeth. That's a little off. Probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crazy music. Let's add one more to make it a nice even number. This one's spinning around in a consistent loop. He's got his eyes crossed up at the top of his head. Alright, so yeah. Tracer Fred, I hope your oldest is happy with this. If he has any suggestions for what I could add, by all means, throw it at me. Irene Pena Music, thanks so much for stopping in. Let me go ahead and give you a shout out. Irene Pena Music is an awesome music streamer here on Twitch, who coincidentally also plays the guitar and is also a songwriter. She's awesome. Definitely will give her a follow if you're not following her already. Tracer Fred, I'm glad you're happy with it. 25, 22. We're almost at the end of May. That's bizarre. Feels like this month just started. Alright, let me bring up the close-up view here. Actually, it just occurred to me, the strings are supposed to keep going after they get past the neck. So I'll just go ahead and add a little bit of an extension there. They go behind the big red clown nose. But yeah, there you go. Thank you, TracerFred, and TracerFred's oldest for the request. Oh, and Irene Pena Music's got a request for me, a piano hybrid kazoo. Irene, I was thinking of doing a kazoo drawing. I wasn't sure what I could do with a kazoo, but I was thinking of you when I was thinking of the kazoo idea. Gotta have the kazoo. So I'll go ahead and get that started for you right now. So just looking up a picture of a kazoo because I'm dumb and I don't remember exactly what they look like. Okay. Some piano and a kazoo. Irene, I saw Hippo's fail stream. I didn't see your fail stream. Hippo being Great Hippo Gaming, Irene Pena's husband and game streamer here on Twitch. He just did a gaming fail stream where he played Back to the Future for the NES and the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for the NES. They were all NES games. Battletoads. Alright, piano kazoo. So there's one of two ways I could do this. I can either have a kazoo with a piano keyboard on it. So, you know, you can really modify the buzzing that comes out. Oh, Irene Pena, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Sorry to hear about that. I've had technical issues like that before on this stream. So I can either have a kazoo with a piano keyboard on top of it, you know, so you can change the pitch or the particular note that's being played. Or I could have a piano where every key is a kazoo. So you have 88 keys. Well, I might not draw all 88, but each key is a kazoo in and of itself. Got mostly white kazoos, and then you got the few little black kazoos wedged here and there. Irene, what do you think? What do you think sounds better? Or a piano with the mouth of a kazoo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's something. Lots of different directions I could go here. So I gotta think of something quick. Don't wanna. Let me see here. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm picturing a like a Beethoven type or one of those, you know, classical music performers with the fancy hair and stuff, playing a kazoo that has a keyboard on top. I think I'm gonna go with that idea. Or, oh, you know what? Okay, I think I'm starting to figure it out. Took a minute for it to click. So this is like, you know, going back to 1800s. That DJ Troy, welcome to the stream. How you doing, DJ Troy? Let me give you a shout out. DJ Troy is a DJ music streamer here on Twitch. Definitely go give him a follow if you're not following him already. He puts on a great show. Yeah, I'm just kind of, you know, sort of going for the, like, the George Washington, that classic, you know, that classic President wig. Irene Pena, awesome. DJ Troy, could be the 1900s. Maybe this style of hairdo was back in vogue at that point. You know, every 100 years it kind of comes back into fashion. But yeah, just that, you know, fancy, like, wig. I'll even add a braid here, because, you know, that's what all those, like, they have a little bow there. Just very, old, very, like, along those first couple of presidents, you know, George Washington, John Tyler, nope, that's not the... I got my presidents completely out of order. I apologize for that. I can't remember who the second president of the United States is at the very moment. That DJ Troy? It seems like it, yeah. I mean, this could be historical paraphrasing. Don't. I'm not the most trustworthy when it comes to historical facts. H.R. Johnson, if you're still in the chat, she is definitely someone who knows her history. And why I didn't give her a shout out earlier is beyond me. Let me go ahead and do that. She is another artist here on Twitch. She also is really into history. She puts on a good stream. She's very social, very talkative, very friendly. She's a good one to check out. Definitely go give her a follow. Drawing on a keyboard here. Oh, and I was gonna just have him, you know, give it that, you know, kind of emotionless. But he is playing the kazoo, so he's gotta have the end of the kazoo, one end of the kazoo in his mouth. Sorry, my tongue was just not cooperating there. Hey, Sean C72, great to see you. I'm doing alright. Tonight's theme is musical instruments. It was a theme I had on the table for a while, but they hadn't decided to pull the trigger on it until tonight, or this week. But I think there's some pretty fun ideas that can come out of it. Right now, I'm drawing a hybrid of a piano and a kazoo for Irene Pena Music. figure out what his legs are gonna look like here. A little, not feeling 100% about that. How those look yet. This is a little better. Give him some fancy shoes, of course. So there you go. You got a kazoo with a keyboard on top of it. It's a Piazoo. Let's call it a Piazoo. Piazoo, Piazoo. One of the most underappreciated instruments of its era. So I'm going to draw some audience members here in the off to the side watching him play. This guy has his mouth agape. He's just staring in awe at the magnificence of his Piazoo. The Piazoo needs to make a comeback. For sure. Sean C, I could try coming up with something for the drums. Let me add that to my list here. And one more fangirl here in the crowd. Then from that point on, I guess just add some music notes. That's probably roughly what it sounds like, only less fake sounding. For the human mouth cannot possibly replicate the exquisite sound of the kazoo, or more specifically, the Piazoo. Oh, and also, I just realized I'm drawing a spotlight. This is supposed to take place in the 1700s. It's not like a real spotlight. It's like a sky. It's like a hole in the ceiling that the sun shines through to create a spotlight effect. They had ways to do the spotlight back in the 1700s. I think. Maybe I just made that up to fix the mistake. I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I think that will do. This was for Irene Pena Music. Let me go ahead and bring the close-up view. Alright, there we go. Thanks so much for the request, Irene. Alright, now Sean C. Wanted something involving drums. Let me see what I can do there. Okay, so, this just popped into my head as an idea. So, we all know, like, Tarzan and, or King Kong, two examples of characters who, proudly beat their chests and go, oh! Well, in Tarzan's case, they do that as a gorilla, be more like, oh! 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 So they beat their chest with pride, and I can't help but kind of see a similarity between that and, say, drumming. They're literally drumming on their chest with their fists. So maybe I could have a drum as Tarzan, or I could draw Tarzan as a drum or King Kong as a drum. One of those two. I'm gonna try to, indicate that he's beating his chest, but in just a single shot. It actually feels like it's a little bit difficult because it almost looks like he could just have his hands on his chest. But I wanted to, look like he's doing. I guess if I could add some like motion lines onto the arms, that might help add to the effect. And just have some boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that would probably work. So this is gonna be a King Kong drum. If I can come up with a better name for him, I'll we'll see if I can do that. Maybe it's Drum Kong instead of King Kong. But whatever the case, he's he's King Kong as a drum. Sure that's not getting too far off camera. gonna draw some the explorers that went into the jungle, running away in horror. So I think the woman in King Kong, her name was Dwan, so I'm kind of drawing a Dwan equivalent here. Got this kind of, I think this is just kind of this generic explorer guy that's with the group. I'm just gonna you know, since this is already absurd enough with a giant drum covered in fur, I'll just go ahead and, you know, kind of keep with the absurdity and have Dwan wearing high heels in the jungle. Probably not the smartest move on her part. I also have this third guy here with his safari hat blowing off as he runs away. like the look of that. Let's try that again. So I'm going to take two of these O's here in his roar and make them into drums, because it just seems like it would be a funny extra detail. Trying to draw some kind of jungle-like scenery here in the background. Alright, I think I feel pretty good about this. Let me just add a little more detail here with the mud, with like the dirt that he's standing on here. It's dried up mud. Yeah, I think I feel good about this. I just barely left any room for my initials and Chauncey's name. Let me go ahead and squeeze that in here. There we go. For Chauncey 72, here's Drum Kong. Let me go ahead and bring up the close-up view. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the prompt I started working on at the beginning of the stream. Thanks so much to everyone for your awesome requests so far. So what I'm going to do here is, what I was working on here was drawing a guitar that's just come home from a long day at work. Really need to work on my enunciation. He's had a long day at the old job, and he needs to unwind. So, you know, guitar strings. You can probably guess where this is going, but I was thought it would be a funny thing to draw a guitar unwinding after a long day. I'll go ahead and draw him sitting on the sofa. So I'm doing a couple little details here. The hole that's normally in the acoustic guitar, I'm kind of reforming as his mouth. So it's taking on a more mouth-like shape. Normally it's like a, a big circle, but now it's more of a, it's been curved into a mouth, kind of concave down. I think that's the right term. It's like a semicircle. I think that's a better way of saying it. And that little piece that holds the bottoms of the strings is also shaped like a goatee. Or a soul patch. I think that's a better name for it. drawing a little device up here that's going to unwind all his strings for him. Because, you know, when you're home from work and you gotta unwind, you don't want to do it manually. Like, that's a lot of work. You gotta do each individual peg at a time. Ain't nobody got time for that. So he's got his own little automatic device that turns all the pegs for him at the same time. It's a nice little tool to have. Drawing each of the little claw arms coming off the machine. I can go ahead and draw his briefcase that he just set down next to the couch. So there's part 1 of the drawing done. Now I move on to part 2 where all of the strings get loosened all at once. It's a very effective machine. Trying to make it roughly the same height and the same shape as what's over here. I think it's about right. Not entirely exact, but close enough. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and actually take a second here to do some yoga stretching. I've been sitting for a little over an hour here. Could definitely use some stretching, so I'm going to do some yoga here really quick. Alright, back to drawing. Oh, Shansei, thanks for the 2 hydrates. And for the stretch redemption, thank you. There was only 1 hydrate. There we go, that's 2. Thank you, Sean. Here comes the fun part, where I draw the loosened strings. So there you go. He gets his strings all loosened. He can just relax. And I think that'll do it. Yeah, I think I like how that turned out. Go ahead and date it and initial it. And bring up the close-up view. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get another drawing started. Alright. So this time, let's see. So far we've had a couple guitars, a piano crossed with a kazoo, a Piazoo, and a drum. How about we throw give the brass some love. Gonna have a trumpet in this next drawing. Fun fact, the trumpet is the one musical instrument that I've actually genuinely learned to play. I played it for several years throughout my primary education. I started playing it in 5th grade, and then was kind of on and off throughout middle school, and then in my later years of high school, I got back on it. I went through braces, so that definitely made things interesting. With the trumpet, where you gotta press your lips together super tight, it can be a little iffy when you have braces on. But yeah, haven't learned to play the guitar, haven't learned to play the piano. I have learned to play the trumpet. And I can even still remember most of the finger movements for each of the notes. But I haven't picked one up in over a decade. I'm sure if I was to, if I had a trumpet on stream with me right now and tried playing it, blowing into it, wouldn't sound so good. Planetary 121, great to see you here. Yeah, the trombone's an interesting one. You know, I was wondering if I could figure out a drawing prompt for a trombone. Maybe that'll happen later. I've already got quite a few prompts lined up, so we'll see what happens. No, don't like that at all. So what I'm attempting to draw here is a cowboy trumpet. It's a trumpet that has a cowboy hat, the cowboy hat on. And he's stepping into a bar, and the way I'm picturing it in my head is, kind of like seems like in a lot of, Western movies or TV shows, there'll be that one scene where, a big burly cowboy slowly enters the bar, and everyone just kind of goes silent and backs away. And then to, show his dominance, he, spits in the spittoon right by the door. So that's what we're going to have this cowboy trumpet doing. But it's going to be through his spit valve rather than his mouth, because, spit valve. That's the big punchline. As someone who played the trumpet for several years, I can definitely attest to how much spit gets stuck in a trumpet when you've played it for a while. It's pleasant to think about. gonna have him just stepping inside the door. Or like, yeah, like just a step inside the door. Like he just walked into the bar, everyone's already, you know, scared silent. And then he asserts his dominance by spitting. Let me start tracing this over. I even, so I included the little finger ring that goes next to the valves on the trumpet. But I added some spikes to it just to, you know, make him a little more threatening. Hey, Davey's eating a sandwich. Great to see you. Let me give you a shout out. Davey is he hosts a big talk show here on Twitch called The Sandwich Show. Has lots of interesting guests and content creators that he interviews. I've been on there a few times. It's really cool. Definitely go give him a follow if you're not following him already. Davey, I've been pretty good. Just been going to work, cooking. Done a couple cooking streams so far. Both seem to go pretty well. The first one, accidentally my stream kind of got brought to a halt when my computer battery died, but managed to avoid that mistake the second stream. Davey, you're welcome. Thanks so much for stopping in. So I'm doing drawings featuring musical instruments tonight. Right now I'm drawing a cowboy trumpet spitting in the spittoon as he barges into the local saloon. With the twist being that it's not coming out of his mouth, but coming out of his spit valve, because trumpets have spit valves. Thank you, Davey. I've already gotten a couple of really fun requests tonight. Got a silly guitar with silly music notes making silly faces. I made a Piazoo, a cross between a piano and a kazoo for Irene Pena Music earlier. And then I also made Drum Kong, a drum version of King Kong that beats his chest like a drum, so I figured it would make sense to make the whole character a drum. Davey, thank you. So now that I've gotten basically the whole character drawn, I'm going to go ahead and add in some characters in the background, kind of shying away from the big bad. I'll go ahead and add a saxophone here, which may not be the best looking saxophone. I haven't had a lot of practice in drawing saxophones. Also, he actually has, saxophone has his mouth shut because he's like keeping his mouth shut so, you know, the big bad trumpet doesn't hear him breathing. Ooh. See if I can draw over on this side. So I got a trumpet, got a clarinet. I'll go ahead and draw a banjo next. It would seem really wrong to have a Western themed drawing with musical instruments and not include a banjo. Or maybe banjo's not so much an Old West thing. Maybe that's... sorry, that didn't come out right. But I haven't drawn a banjo yet tonight, so I'll go ahead and add that into the mix. First, gotta add a couple cowboy spurs on the cowboy spurs on the boots. Then I think to top it all off, I'll go ahead and add the classic style saloon doors. Which actually are not typically that big. Let me go ahead and fix that. Anything else I can add to this? There was add a couple other, Western decor, Old West decor aspects. We have a horseshoe here on the wall. Davey, I'm glad you think so. Oh, what's going on with my camera here? Looks like the glare's, oh. Looks like the glare was bad there for a second. Sorry about that. Looks like it's better now. Kind of trying to draw a lasso rope here. Maybe not the most successful at it, but that's alright. Also go ahead and draw a double barrel rifle here with some horn-like openings. Seems only fitting. Actually, I'll even take it a step further and add valves. It's a double barrel rifle with valves, only in the world of instruments. And yeah, I think that'll probably do it for this one. Let me go ahead and date it and initial it. And I'll bring it to close-up view. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to add the cowboy hat to Mr. Banjo here. Alright. Another drawing down. I think I still got one or two more left in me. Let me go ahead and pull out another piece of paper. Alright. So how about something based on the xylophone? See what I can do here. So how about the xylophone? Well, it's not really a xylophone, but it's two mallets for a xylophone. And, you know, the mallets, what they usually do is they, you know, they bang their heads against the xylophone keys. Boom, 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 boom. So in this case, the xylophone isn't really a xylophone, but it's shaped like a xylophone. It's a buffet line. You got these different sections that contain different kinds of food. And they're all laid out in ascending order in terms of length. So that the this romantic couple who's having their romantic dinner, they just, you know, kind of ram themselves into the food and they just eat it. They're very rough and fast with their food consumption. They don't eat, you know, nice and neat. Like their mallets, they don't have to be super fancy. They can just bury their faces in it. Haven't quite decided what all the different food options are going to be. Probably just, you know, standard buffet fare. So let me start figuring out what I'm going to include in these containers. Let's see here. Alright, we'll have a veggie mix here on the far side. Like some broccoli and some cauliflower worked in there and some carrots. Even include some green beans in there. Sweet potato pie. And this one. I'll even go ahead and add like another big indentation from one of the previous hits, because of course they're gonna hit, you know, the different food sections more than once. You know, not once isn't enough. What's next? Got 4 more of these to come up with. Roast beef supreme, sweet potato pie, veggie mix. Lemon meringue delight. Not lemon meringue pie, but lemon meringue delight. Very different, very, very different. Yeah, totally different from lemon meringue pie. Lemon meringue pie. Totally different thing. Also, hopefully my shadow from my hand isn't covering up the text at all. Yeah, Davey, I could go for some pie. I did just get some delicious cupcakes delivered to me by my cousin, who runs a cupcake delivery business here in the Tri-Cities where I live, Eastern Washington. Cheesy chicken combo. Nice alliteration. Two more to go. Ambrosia salad. I can't come up with a clever name for that at the moment. I'll just make it an ambrosia salad. They don't all have to be super fancy names. Okay, maybe I can make it amazing ambrosia. Keep that alliteration going. Amazing ambrosia. There we go. I tried to come up with this last one. I'll go ahead and draw the mallets in a different frame, because I'm going to show them both about to dive in, and then I already drew them, you know. I'm going to show them about to dive in. Kind of show multiple frames of movement in this one shot. just adding some various textures to the different food dishes. In a minute, I'm going to add the sign saying, you know, special romantic buffet for mallets or something like that. Romantic melted buffet for 2. One more food dish to figure out. So you can tell from the amount of indents in this particular food dish, this is the one they've been hitting the most. Yeah, who doesn't love chocolate? Alright, and I think that'll probably do it. Maybe just add a little more background stuff here, like have these heart-shaped windows. And yeah, I think that'll do it. There we go. Let me go ahead and bring up the close-up view. All right. Let's see how many drawings I got so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could probably get one more out. Alright. Next up, we've got another another new instrument I'm gonna add to this drawing. But I'm not gonna show the instrument right away. There's gonna be kind of two parts to this. So initially we're going to have this big bug about to eat a smaller bug. This kind of ties into my theme last week. Last week was Bug Week. Theme was bugs. Yeah, Davey, I hope it does. They do generally look a lot better in color than they do in black and white. That being said, for those who are new here and haven't been here before, I do a coloring stream on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific where I color all the drawings I did today on my Wednesday drawing stream. So, coming up this Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, I'll be coloring all of these on stream live. So there we go. We got the big bug about to eat the little tiny bug. But then a different kind of bug approaches, a much bigger bug. One with significantly more pipes. That being the Bagpipe Bug. I came across some bagpipes today at work. In fact, I actually think I work in shipping, and I'm gonna ship a set of bagpipes tomorrow. I picked them today off the shelf and was like, you know, I wonder if I can get a drawing out of that. And I came up with this. It's a bagpipe bug. I know I'm actually gonna, change my idea for this one. I was initially gonna have both the bugs get sucked up into the bagpipe bug. Wow. But I'm going to actually just have it be the big bug. And then he's going to leave the little bug alone to just go about his business. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of, grass and some flowers in the background to flesh out this background a little bit. And yeah, I think that'll do. I'll probably add in like a, kind of a flattish pattern when I do the coloring on Saturday. But yeah, there we go, Bagpipe Bug. Alright. Got one more drawing I'm going to go ahead and finish the night off with. It's going to just be kind of a nice, cute, simple, wholesome one. So what I'm drawing here is violins. And basically the point of this is just going to be, so your violin will, will vibrate when you play it. You know, you run the bow across it, you can kind of feel it vibrating. The reason for that is because that having the bow run across the strings is like ticklish. It's tickling the violin. So the violin is stifling its laughter as it's being tickled by the bow. Hence why it's vibrating. It's kind of, you can't, fully hold it's holding its laughter in, so you can kind of feel the vibration of that laughter that's being stifled. So that's what this drawing is basically going to be. Shansi, very cool. Like I said, the only instrument I've ever learned to play is the trumpet, so I really don't have any experience with the violin. I hear it's pretty difficult to get good at, which I can imagine. It's looks like it requires a lot of precision. And also, let me go ahead and just make sure I got the those little hole shapes. It's like those S-shaped holes. I gotta make sure I get the shape of those right. I'm gonna go ahead and draw the cello, and drawing a cello, I can't not have it be Elise Jang playing the cello. Elise isn't here tonight, but she's a cello streamer here on Twitch, and she's been a really good friend to my channel and to me. And she plays the cello, so I'm gonna have her playing the cello here. Oh, Sean C, that's awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what Elise Zhang does. She does all kinds of stuff. She does Disney songs. She's done the Game of Thrones theme. She has a very wide portfolio of different styles that she plays all on the cello. So yes, extremely talented. And like I said, she's been a really good friend of the channel. She's recommended other streamers raid over here when she's been watching them. She's popped in on my drawing and coloring streams on a regular basis. So yeah, she's a good friend and a great cello player. Great cellist. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this good. So let me bring up the full-size view. Alright, and that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Went for a little over 2 hours, and I think I got 7 or 8 drawings done, which I'm going to go ahead and do a quick recap of, just go over all the drawings I did tonight. So let me go back to the full-size view. Alright, let me see here. Alright, started off for a request from Tracer Fred, more specifically Tracer Fred's oldest. Guitar with a silly face. A silly guitar with a silly face and music notes with silly faces. Davey, you are welcome. Thanks so much for stopping in. Greatly appreciate you. So yeah, there's notes just making various silly faces. And the guitar has a clown nose, got big goofy arms, Its neck is all curvy. It's got buck teeth and a clown nose. So there we go. Thanks for the request, Tracerfet. Tracerfet's oldest, that is. Next up for Irene Pena Music, here is a Piazoo. It's a cross between a piano and a kazoo. So basically, it's a kazoo its pitch is altered by playing this keyboard, and it makes beautiful buzzing music. If you can see, this is supposed to be set in like the 1700s or 1800s. You can see from the the powder wig. He's also got his, ladies. He has ladies fawning over him. He has lady fans that are fawning all over his playing. Because he's just so majestic. Alright, what we've got next here? Ah, yes. For Shansi72, here is Drum Kong, the true king of the jungle. He's a gorilla that's actually a drum that beats his chest. And here's the explorers and, the equivalent of Dwan running for their lives from the angry beast. And also, I drew two of the O's in his big roar as drums. So, yeah, that's another one. Thanks so much again for the request, Sean. Next up, here's one I did for myself. It's a guitar who's home from work after a long, stressful day. So he has his Insta-Loose 5000 loosen all of his strings all at once. It twists all of them. Twists all the pegs, turns all the pegs so that all the strings come loose at one time. And he feels much more loosened up and relaxed afterwards. Much better. Alright, what's next here? Alright, here's where I think Davey came in as I was drawing this outlaw cowboy Trumpet who barges into a saloon and spits into the spittoon. And you can see the saxophone and the banjo are both hiding on either side of the saloon door. Then I also just included on the background wall a rope, a horseshoe, and a double-barrel rifle handgun blaster with valves because of course it's the world of instruments. There's got to be valves. And then next up, I got a romantic ballot. I am so bad with words tonight. Romantic mallet buffet. So it's a buffet line that's shaped like a xylophone. So the mallets are basically just hammering themselves into the different food trays and stuffing their faces with veggie mix, sweet potato pie, roast beef supreme, lemon meringue delight, cheesy chicken combo, amazing ambrosia, choco explosion. And yeah, it's nothing is more romantic than shoving your face into food. Really, there is nothing more romantic than that. Also drew a couple of heart-shaped windows. Alright, and next up, I got a big pincer bug about to eat this little tiny innocent bug. But then the Bagpipe Bug comes along and sucks it up. And then just leaves the little bug on his own to enjoy his day. Good for you, Bagpipe Bug. I mean, he probably was just mainly doing it just to get a quick snack, but still, it's a happy coincidence. And that brings us to the final drawing with the laughing violin and cello. Why do they laugh? Because they're ticklish, and you move the bow back and forth, it really tickles them, and they gotta stifle their laughter because they just can't hold it in much longer. So yeah, that is all the drawings. That's a pretty solid amount. That's definitely more than I've had the last couple streams. Sean C, I can't really speak to that. I haven't tried really, dedicating myself to learning the guitar or the drums. But yeah, maybe someday, but just not yeah. For right now, I haven't gone around to it. Maybe someday I'll learn to play other instruments. For now, though, I'm gonna go ahead and raid out to I think HR Johnson is where we're headed. She's another art streamer here on Twitch. So I'll go ahead and send us over there. Thanks so much to everyone who stopped by and made requests. I will be back, not just on Saturday with a coloring stream, but also this Friday I'm going to be playing Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. For another retro gaming stream. But yeah, for now, we're going to go see HR Johnson. So have a great night, everyone. Take care. I will see you all later.